Remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on more awesome content. I know I'm late, but I'm here to tell you what I thought was good, what was bad, and what was just straight up ugly about the Battlefront 2 Assault on Theed multiplayer gameplay. First off, holy shit am I impressed overall. The class system for soldiers definitely has that Battlefield feel and is my favorite thing of all so far. And you know I'm all about those heroes. But this makes me just want to play as a regular trooper for once. That is a tough thing to do. The different health between classes is also a huge improvement. You know I'm all about variety. From what I saw of each class, I am loving the different abilities of each, and my go-to class will most likely be the officer. I can tell you that right now. Speaking of classes, the resource points granting extra classes is pretty cool. Stuff like this has worked in, as far as I know, I've seen it in like Uncharted multiplayers and a couple other games that I can't really recall, but I do have some quorums with this specific one that I'll get to later when I get to the bad stuff. The extra classes, such as the CIS droid and the jet trooper, are pretty freaking cool. I'm also loving that minigun one. Oh my god, it gives me that pandemic Battlefront 2 feel. Overall, everything I saw regarding the soldiers was clean, smooth, and just overall great work. The flying seemed nice too, with more emphasis on free aim rather than the lock-on blaster cannons like in the first ones. This is great because Battlefield has always excelled in fighter combat, and the lock-on kind of made it more difficult to really show dogfighting prowess. It doesn't look like it will take away from the Star Wars feel of dogfighting either, with the ships having pretty good ground suppression too from what they showed off. Then the heroes. They actually look a lot more fluid and hero-like, holy crap. With force jumping and speed for all force users, it seems like that is definitely that's what we were asking for. Their moves and customizability is awesome, and the new heroes felt like they play like they should. They felt like their characters. Maul was fast, aggressive, and just everywhere. And Rey was more kind of force using. Really didn't get to see too much of her, but from what I saw, she's just a little bit more force oriented, which is still a little weird. And Boba Fett was, he had his gadgets and all that stuff. The jumping did look a little stiff, with Rey and Maul looking like a statue in the air, and even in the first one, the heroes had jumping animation, but that's something that can be fixed over time. This is alpha footage still, essentially. Now, let's get to the bad. First off, the resource points. It's not so bad so much as specific things I'm not a fan of. Mainly when it comes to the vehicles. The vehicles seem to still be one person, and especially since they'll be called in via resource points, that further reinforces it. But do the resource points only call in power vehicles such as aircraft and tanks, or does it include every vehicle on every stage? If so, that means no troop transports? Unless one person pays the points but others can get in, it's kind of, up in the air without seeing other stages and stuff like that right now. But I definitely would have preferred sitting vehicles like in Pandemic's Battlefront and like how Battlefield currently does. But if there are multi-person vehicles that can be called in, or maybe some stages have sitting transports, then I am perfectly fine with that system. So, this one wasn't that bad or good. It was just a kind of more questionable thing with the resource points. My main thing is transport vehicles would definitely be a plus, since Battlefront 2 looks a lot more team-oriented. Also, getting shot out of the walkers and seeing the vehicle blown up instead of letting other troopers be able to get in it seems like kind of a waste and less realistic, but you never know. Whatever, that might change. Now we get to the things I really didn't like, mainly the heroes. As much as I said I liked them up top, there are a lot of complaints that I have that I really don't have complaints about other aspects. First off, one trooper almost took Maul from full health to 0 in a second. What? They feel health-wise way weaker than the first one, and they already felt weak in the first one. It makes no damn sense. They are heroes, goddammit. Now, they did add regenerative health for heroes outside of combat, but this will just lead to heroes sitting away from battle constantly, especially ranged heroes camping as far away as possible and not really helping the push. most likely the outside combat healing will be taken away by dice. And if it goes back to no healing at all, with this low health, that will make heroes even shittier than the first game. The low health makes sense because they can regen, but I honestly can't see the way it is right now staying. I still think the best solution is degenerating health and health back per kill or objective point. Or no degen health and health back per kill or objective point. It still makes your time as a hero based on your skill and forces other teams to work together to take heroes down. Kind of like how Bosk is in this one. And yes, people go 100 and whatever as Bosk, but I have seen good players as Bosk get taken down when a team focuses. Right now, the only reason Bosk can get so high is because he always stays in the back and snipes, and people don't put enough of an effort to focus on him and take him down. If people actually did teamwork and focused on a hero, they would be taken down no matter what. Secondly, the lack of blocking with Force users wielding lightsabers. What the fuck? How inaccurate can this be? What was the problem with time deflection like in the previous current game? As we see with this one deflection, makes the hero go extremely slow, allowing flanking, and they are still vulnerable to so many gadgets and so many attacks like explosive ammo or grenades, whatever, that even the deflection, it's not overpowered in the least bit because it's so strictly timed. So why the hell can't they block? Especially with the lack of health they now have. It just makes no sense, and the heroes already seem pretty nerfed. Giving them some survival ability would definitely seem like a no-brainer, especially if it was timed. This is kind of like my biggest complaint about what I saw. The vehicles and troopers are excellent, but it seems like the heroes are going to go through a bit of work with the low health thing and the out of combat regen and the lack of blocking. It just really takes me out of the immersion of feeling like a hero, because there's no way in hell Darth Maul wouldn't be able to deflect lightsaber bolts. Or I think Rey would be the only one who would have that excuse to not deflect. But even her, I feel like she definitely would be able to. But like I said, Battlefront 2 overall looks great. I am very impressed by it, and I have pre-ordered it and will be streaming it when the early access beta starts. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and check out my other stuff right here, and I'll see you guys next time.